Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be making a comparison video between Leonardo AI's pattern creation feature and patternhippo.com, which is a free tool that you can use to create patterns. The reason why I'm making this video is we all like to create patterns. Sometimes they're more profitable than others, depending on how you use them. But I've been uploading patterns to my own private website, and I've been finding that they're more profitable than just, posting them on a Redbubble or something like that. So I've been enjoying that recently. And with that being said, there are different ways that you can create patterns. And so all of these patterns that you're seeing here are patterns created through Leonardo AI. In fact, I actually want to show you guys something. All of these patterns, this is a pattern as well, and so is this, right? So it's different ways to create patterns, and all these graphics here are in Fantasy Labs. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out Fantasy Labs. We are always updating it. In fact, I'm releasing some content today, like different pumpkin images, like Halloween. We have a whole bunch of different images here, different patterns in there. I'm going to add so much more, but we have over 4,000 current graphics on Fantasy Labs, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. But I don't want to waste any more time talking about that. I want to show you guys different patterns and how to create them. So to be clear, for everybody who wants to try this, Leonardo AI is going to give you more advanced patterns, depending on, how you prompt it, right? So if we look at this pattern right here, this is a really nice image. And once again, you can get it if you're in Fantasy Labs, but this is a Portuguese post-impression type pattern. Pretty cool, right? And I have a whole bunch of other ones. Pattern Hippo also allows you to create patterns. I've got some messages when I showed Pattern Hippo the first time. I think people are trying them on different devices. They told me they couldn't get it to work when they're on iPad or something like that. I'm on desktop computer, guys. So I don't know what devices you guys are using, but it works fine on my end. I even tried it on my cell phone, and it worked fine on there. But anyways, so patternhippo.com. I'll leave it in the link in the description as well. And basically, the way you want to create it is you select any kind of pattern you want. So let's say I want to select this. Let's pick something nice here. Let's pick this Japanese pattern of. It almost looks like cubes, right? It's a two-color pattern, very simple. It's got zoom, horizontal, vertical positioning, stroke, angle, colors, and finally an Inspire Me button, right? So I can go over here and click this Inspire Me button, and it will provide me different looks of different patterns, okay? So you can use this for print on demand. Once again, whether it be your own website, whether it be Etsy, whether it be a marketplace platform, that's up to you how you decide you want to use it. But we can go over here as well, and we can hit this hide UI button, and we can see how it looks from a full kind of point of view. Now, I want to be clear, these patterns, depending on the design, most likely are not going to be seamless. But here's the thing. You don't need them necessarily to be seamless because you can export them in any size that you want. In my last video, I exported them in 8,000 by 8,000 pixels. If I wanted to increase that number, I could, right? So I could type here, let's just say 5,000 by 5,000 pixels, right? And I could hit any kind of design that I want, and I can change the zoom. The zoom does affect the size, guys. So the zoom is the multiplier of the size. I can go over here, hit PNG. It might take a second because it's a large image, but it's 19.4 megabytes. I can click on it, and we can see here, this is the pattern. And this pattern is not just this small box. It really is 10,000 by 10,000 pixels, right? Because the image here that I set up, I increased the zoom and I set it to 5,000 by 5,000, but really when it comes out, it's 10,000 by 10,000. So if you are happening to upload it to a Redbubble or you're selling it on Etsy or whatever the case may be, this is really, really large to where anybody can access it and use it for their benefit, right? 10,000 by 10,000 pixels, there's not too many people that are going to need more than that, right? Now, if we go here to Leonardo AI, Leonardo AI is a little bit different. I made a few pattern videos. I'll leave them in the link in the description if you want to use them. Let's go ahead and click on this, and let's hit Remix real quick. And really what you're doing is you're setting up a prompt. In your prompt, there's 3 core components to every pattern prompt, okay? The first thing is you want to set the colors. So you could see here I have light purple and white. In my case, I could set different colors. So I could type in, let's just say light blue, and white, right? Something like this. If I wanted to even, I could use the colored palette generator, right? So I can click here and I can see different colors from the colored palette. I can export them if I wanted to, right, as an image. I can do it however I want to set it up. I can do that. And I'll just hit here, generate, and it's giving me different colors for a palette, right? So that's that. So the first thing is colors. The second thing is you need to define the style. In my case, I just set up Portuguese, judge, and I don't know how to read that word, so I'll just leave it there. Neoclassicism pattern, okay? And the third thing is you have to define the elements. So if you want flowers in it, or if you want it drawn by hand, or if you want it sketch style, whatever kind of style, and that's kind of what it is. And so these are different characteristics that I'm adding here. And I've actually been using, this is a product that me and Ryan created together, Ryan from POD Tools. And this is basically, I gave him all the different prompts that I use essentially for print-on-demand designs. I don't want to open it up too much because it will give away the prompts. But basically, I can take certain keywords from certain prompts. Like, let's just say I scroll all the way down here, and here it says a vibrant favist. I don't know what that says, but I could take that keyword, right? And it's not that I don't know what it says. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyways, I'll go ahead and copy that, and I can add that here, and it will change the elements of the design. Now, the most important thing when you do create a pattern is you want to go over here and make sure it's tiling. Now, this is with Leonardo, and it does create seamless designs when you're doing this. So here, I created two different ones. I could change some characteristics of the prompt, and it will give me different results. So let's go ahead and wait here, and there you go. So these are different designs. So I can take here, I can upscale them, which I do recommend you upscale them, but then again, it does cost you tokens. So if you're listening to this, you do print on demand, you want to have some patterns created, you got to weigh the options, right? So this option is completely free. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's worse. It's just completely free. You can go ahead and use it, right? Patternhippo.com. I'll leave the link in the description, okay? But then you have Leonardo, which I do believe there's a free plan, I'm pretty sure, and you can download it, not download it, excuse me, you can create an account and get access to it and use it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the fine-tuned model will differ on the results. So here we have Dreamshaper 5 used. I can go ahead and use, let's just say, let's pick a different one. Let's pick 3D animation style, and let's make sure it is, on tiling, so it's set to tiling. And let's take prompt magic off, just as an example, and let's create 4 different variations. Let's see what it comes up with. Now, the cool thing also as well with Leonardo is I don't have to have a perfect square for the pattern, right? Now, most times the square is going to take care of that, but you can see what this created here. And now this is a tiling type pattern. It doesn't necessarily look like it. Doesn't look the best. I mean, I personally wouldn't upload this, but, it is what it is, right? So I can go over here. I can hit prompt magic, turn prompt magic on, and I could switch the different train model, fine-tuned model. So I could select custom model. I'll go over here to platform models. And my last one, I believe, was Dreamshaper version 5. I can click Dreamshaper version 7, generate with this model. Go over here, make sure tiling is turned on, okay? And I could turn it into like a perfect square, a 512 by 512. I could also make it 768 by 768. Let's go over here and select 768. It just depends on how I want to set it up. And then I'll go over here and I'll hit generate and see what it comes up with. I could turn prompt magic off and turn it off. Now, once again, this is the more expensive strategy, but it's also more customized. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm not saying one is worse than the other. It's simply different, right? And if you have Leonardo AI and you want to spend some tokens just trying this out, you can go ahead and do so. I will sit here and I'm not going to sell you guys a fake story. I do have better results selling patterns on my own private website as opposed to marketplace platforms. I'm not saying it's bad to sell on marketplace platforms patterns, but you got to realize there's so much competition. It's kind of hard to sometimes weed yourself out of the haystack, eventually, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, there's different things you can do, and there's different things that can result to different looks, and the costs to generate these tokens are drastically different. You have this generation right here is going to cost me 18 tokens. I believe this one here costed something like 4 tokens to create. Okay, so it does provide different results, and some come out pretty decent. I mean, I don't know what this might look like. Maybe it's like a pair of like some leaves or something, but patterns come out different. So let's go ahead and kind of play around with some patterns here and try to create something different. This looks really nice. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't. Let me actually go ahead and upscale. Let's view this one. Okay. These all look really decent. Now let's go ahead and change some things up. So I'll read you guys the prompt and we can edit. So Portuguese, judging still, neoclassicism pattern, tiling, vector, white background. I'll go ahead and remove white background here. Okay. Highly detailed clean. I'll get rid of clean. Okay. And just leave highly detailed. Vector art, I'll remove. Hand drawn, I'll type in colored pencil. Let's type that in. Colored pencil style. Okay. Digital painting will remove. Low poly will remove. Okay. Retro aesthetic, I'll remove that just to test this out. Focused on the character, I'm going to remove as well. Okay. We have 4K. I will remove that as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove that. And we have resolution. Remove this. 4K resolution, vector image, photorealistic masterpiece, professional. Let's go ahead and type in, French leaves, something like that. And let's go ahead and type in, change the colors. Let's go with light blue and white colors. Let's go with baby blue. How about that? Baby blue. Now, once again, if you do want to be much more specific with the colors, you can go ahead and use the color palette generator, okay, to create stuff. I'm just going to keep it pretty basic just for this video. Actually, you know what? I'll copy a color. Why not? We're going to have this color here. I'll go ahead and paste it. Why not? We might as well. And this is like a very light tan, brown, very light. I would kind of recommend it would be like color like this or something like that. So let's go ahead and hit generate and let's see what it comes up. The interesting thing is notation. I'm actually going to create like a mini course about notation to understand the syntax and the notation behind prompting properly for an AI image generator. And it could be a little bit complicated sometimes. Like we'll do this one. I'll just put some parentheses around it real quick. And I'll add a 1.2, right? So 1.2, and there you go. You see that background color? This has like a brownish tint. I'm not sure if my OBS is picking this up, like my screen recorder, but it does look pretty good. Okay, and I'll put 1.2 colon space, which is just to affect the notation. Let's hit generate, and it might give a little bit more emphasis to that color with this style, and we'll get to see the difference here. But really, I think for the future, when it comes down to AI, the better you can communicate with AI, the better results you're going to get. That's just what it comes down to. Now, while that's working, I can go over here. Okay, there you go. I can come over here and I can set up kind of different patterns. Now, these patterns, I would say, are much more simple, right? It's not like for example, if I go click here, inspire me, you look at these patterns, they're much more simple compared to something like this. You know what I'm saying? These are much more complex, but they also look really good. I mean, once again, it's to each their own. It's what style you like. I'm just going to be presenting them for you. You pick what you want. I would say some of my favorite styles of patterns are these flower ones here. So I can hit inspire me and, these are pretty cool. And if it just so happens that you're using Pattern Hippo, you can, kind of mix it with this palette generator here and mix some colors. So I can look at this and I could say, well, I like this color to be X, Y, Z, whatever it is. Like if I wanted it this light blue color, if I wanted it to be this purple, I can go over here to the light blue color and I can go hexa and then paste the color, and then boom, you see that? And I can also make it a little more transparent if I want to, however I want to set it up, and if I want, let's just say I want to generate a little bit more. Let's say I like this lightish pink color, and I want to set that as the background. I could go ahead and do that, okay, and it will look something like that. Not bad. And I can hit inspire me, and it will change up things completely, right? So that's an available option. And there's so many of these patterns. Like I said, there's over 300 patterns here. Okay, 300 patterns, but if you work out the numbers, like off the options, it's infinite because you can change things however you want them to change. This pattern is not going to be the same as this from a zoom standpoint. Like here, we're exporting it in 5000 by 5000. I hit PNG. It's going to take a second to download. Let's go ahead and enlarge it. Boom, that's more zoomed in. And once again, they're not seamless. So you want to export it in a larger size. So if you're going to happen to be uploading it to a marketplace platform, you get more out of it. But I think these are pretty cool as well, you know. I think the thing that's interesting with these kind of tools is the switching the fine-tune model. So here I'm using Dreamshaper V7. We already see how it looks like. Now I'm going to use Dreamshaper V6, and let's see if it makes a difference. I was using, excuse me. Did I just click V6 or V5? I don't know, but we'll test it. Dreamshaper V5, we'll see. But it does switch the results slightly. I mean, it's different. But once again, Dreamshaper V7 is more fine-tuned than V5. So it could, certain results could sway the difference. It can make a difference. If I go over here to, let's actually see. Yeah. See, I don't know. What do you guys like more? Do you like Dreamshaper V5 results better? Or do you like Dreamshaper V7 results better? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, I think in most circumstances, I think I like V5 better. I mean, to each their own once again, but I mean, I don't know. I like the way this looks better. That's just me. Yeah, it's nothing negative. It's just, opinion based. So I could switch things up here. Let's test out the Leonardo diffusion from fine-tune model. Let's see how that looks. And let's test another one while that's rolling. Let's test let's see here. Let's go to a custom one. Let's see what we can pick. We have V6. We have V5. Can I click V6? Will it actually do anything with V6? It will. Okay, cool. So I don't know why, but I clicked V6 before and it used V5, so I'm not sure about that. But let's just wait for the results here. But and you know what you could do? You can double task it while this is working and this is loading. You could sit here and boom, crank out a bunch of different patterns here, and build something here. So there's so much opportunities, guys. I don't think we have a lack of resources. It's just we just got to work on it. That's all it is. So here's Leonardo diffusion, very, very similar to Dreamshaper's results. And if you guys are on a free account with Leonardo, you can use Leonardo diffusion, right? Leonardo diffusion is a free fine-tuned model that you can use. Dreamshaper V6 is probably my favorite. Look at that. That is very clean to me. The cool thing about this as well is if I wanted to clean this part out, right? Let me show you guys what I would do. I'm going to hit upscale here. I'm going to open up my application, my Luminar Neo, and I'm going to magic erase it. So I'm going to open this up here. I'll hit remind me later. Go over here. Go to my downloads. Did I download it yet? I don't even think I downloaded it yet. Let's go over here. We upscaled it. I'll hit download. And by the way, guys, one upscale is not enough from what I tend to see. Once again, my bulk income is coming in from my own personal website right now for print on demand. I have a couple, but the one that I'm putting the patterns on is only on one site right now. And this is just not big enough. Even if I upscale it from Leonardo, the size right now is 2700 by 2700. It's just not large enough. The DPI is not going to be there. The colors are not going to be there. The customers are not going to be satisfied whether I'm putting this on an all-over print t-shirt, which actually is going to look really nice, or on a backpack or whatever the case may be. It's not going to be there. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hit erase, and I'm just going to highlight this section here and just go like this, hit erase, and boom, gone. Is that on my screen? Yeah, okay. Yeah, perfect. So you see that. That's perfectly fine. If I wanted to play with colors or anything like that, I could go over here, turn on my smart contrast, make things a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. However I want. I actually like it a little bit lighter. Like let's say something like this. I could turn a cinematic view on. So I could go over here to my mystical, turn on my mystical feature. However I want to set it up. I might even, increase the shadows. Something like this, make it a little bit darker. We'll see. But regardless, I'll take this, I'll upscale it. by 4x. So this is 2700 right now. If I upscale this, this will be over 10,000 pixels, I believe. I don't know what the math is. 25, yeah, that's going to be over 10,000 pixels. It will take its time, you know, depending on how graphical the images are. Like some of these, like other Batman type images, took a little bit longer to upscale, you know. But hey, you know, we're waiting for that to upscale. By the way, I think I recorded a video on me showing how to acquire these licenses to sell certain things from certain brands, like Batman. I'm licensed for Batman. I'm licensed for DC Comics with certain characters within DC Comics. I'm also licensed for UFC. I forgot who owns UFC, but it's this big company. I can't remember, but I am licensed by them. I'm also licensed by an anime company. I can't remember the name as well, but yeah, it is what it is. But basically, you see here, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to load, and then boom, it's upscaled. Now it's at a 10,800 pixels by 10,800 pixels. Once again, it is seamless. So if I wanted it at 2,000 pixels, that's fine, but it would be smaller, and I wouldn't be able to get a better result on my own website because I'm not able to tile it on my own website. But on Redbubble, I am able to tile it. So it just depends on your strategy. This is going to go on my own website, something like this. So then I don't necessarily have to pixel it, tile it if I wanted to, if I didn't want to, and I can't anyway, even if I wanted to. On my own website, I don't have that option to tile. Maybe they'll fix it, maybe they'll upgrade it, whatever they're going to do, so I have to increase the size anyway. And to me, this looks pretty classic. It looks pretty clean. You know, if I put this on an all-over print t-shirt, I don't, you know, see why I can't charge a little bit extra. It does look a little bit clean. It looks, you know, pretty cool. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, see the comparison. Like I said, just check out the websites. I know I didn't spend that much time on Pattern Hippo. Leonardo AI is a little more complex than Pattern Hippo. Obviously, Pattern Hippo is very, very simple, but there's tons of different patterns you can use and you can create, and you can get a whole ton of different results. All right, guys, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was beneficial to you in some way, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace out. Bye.